Now coming to another hadith. There is also in Sahih Bukhari, Kitabul Iman. There was a Jew who asked Sayyidina Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. There's another hadith reference of Sahih Bukhari. He asked Sayyidina Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu, "O Umar, there is a specific verse in your Quran, your holy book, the Quran. If that verse was revealed in our book, if it had been revealed in our book, Torah, then we would have celebrated that day as the Eid day." He was meaning that you don't celebrate that day as the Eid day in spite of the fact that such a great verse is revealed in your holy Quran, in your book. If it was in our book, we would have celebrated it as Eid. He asked, Yawmul Eid. Sayyidina Umar radiyallahu ta'ala anhu asked, which is that verse? Which is that verse? He said, this is the verse. Al-yawma akmaltu lakum deenakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu lakum al-islam deena. You very well know this verse. Famous verse. That today we have completed your deen for you. And we have perfected our ni'mah, our blessing for you. And we have chosen deen of Islam for you. This is the verse which declared the completion of deen of Islam. This was a good news, a tidings. He said this verse was revealed this is in Holy Quran. If it was in our book, we would have celebrated it like Eid. When he asked this, now try to understand the answer of Sayyidina Umar. He said, we know which day and which place this verse was revealed. This is Sahih Bukhari, you get the reference. I told you, Kitabul Iman, Babu Ziyadatil Iman wa Nuqsanihi, the chapter number 34. Kitabul Iman and next chapter number 34. And hadith in that chapter is 45, hadith number 45. An Umar ibn al-Khattab radiyallahu anhu saying, Anna rajulan min al-Yahud qala lahu ya Amir al-Mu'minin ayatun fi kitabikun takra'unaha law alayna ma'ashar al-Yahud nazalat latakhazna dhalika al-yawm Eida. I have already given you the meaning. He asked, Qala ayyu ayatin, which is the verse? They said, Qala al-yawma akmaltu lakum deenakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu lakum al-islam deena. Then, Qala Umar radiyallahu anhu, Qad arafna dhalika al-yawm wal makan alladhi nazalat fihi ala nabi sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. There's a very interesting question coming up. His answer was that his question was very specific, that this verse, Al-Yawma Akmaltu Lakum Deenakum, if this verse was revealed in our book, we would have celebrated that day of revelation as day of Eid. You don't do it. His question was, why you don't celebrate that day as Eid? This was his question. What should have been the answer? Either yes or no. But why? This would have been the answer. But now, Sayyidina Umar says, Qala arafna, we know, Dhalikal yawm wal makan, the day and the place where this verse was revealed on Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And then he stated, وَهُوَ قَائِمٌ بِعَرَفَةٍ يَوْمَ جُمْعَةٍ. The day this verse was revealed, that was Arafat. And it was Yawmul Arafah, Yawmul Hajj. And secondly, that day when this verse was revealed, Yawmul Arafah, that was Friday. This was the answer given by Sayyidina Umar. On this answer, Imam Ibn Hajar Asqalani raises a question. On this answer, Imam Asqalani creates and raises a question. He says that a doubt can emerge in minds The same doubt which I mentioned. The question was specific. He wanted to ask whether you celebrate that day as Eid or not, or why you don't celebrate it. This was the question. So the answer should be in the same line. Instead of answering on that particular point of celebration as the day of Eid, he answers that we know when this verse was revealed and where this verse was revealed. This was revealed on day of Hajj, and that was Friday. And hadith is finished. Answer is finished. Imam Ibn Yaskarani says that apparently, if you don't go into the depth, one can say that there is no link and relationship between the question and answer. Apparently, there is no link. Answer seems to be different than the question. Answer does not address the question, apparently. But Imam Asqalani says this is not the matter. This is not the reality. Sayyidina Umar has given him complete answer. He says when he mentioned that we know when this verse was revealed, that was day of Hajj, and that was Friday. In fact, he told him that we already celebrate this day as day of Eid because Jummah is Eid and Yawmul Hajj is Eid for us. We have two Eids on the same day. In fact, by saying this, that we know this was revealed on Yawmul Hajj, Yawmul Arafah, and that was Friday, that was Yawmul Jummah. Imam Asqalani says, in fact, he has answered him correctly that you want us to celebrate this day as Yawm of Eid singularly. We already celebrate this day as Eid permanently because this was the Yawmul Hajj, and Hajj is the day of Eid for us. Not only one, rather 4 days of Eid for us. We celebrate it for 4 days. We celebrate it for 4 days. So this is a regular permanent Eid for us now, the day when this verse was revealed. How do you say that we don't celebrate? Number one. And number two, he's saying that that was Friday, that Yawm al-Jummah. So he was giving another answer. The second aspect, that one celebration of Eid for this verse, Al-Yawma Akmaltu Lakum, for this verse, this ayah, one celebration is annual, yearly for every Yawm al-Hajj. And there is another celebration of Eid, and that is weekly. Every Friday is Yawmul Eid for us. Every Friday is Yawmul Eid for us. So Friday is Yawmul Eid. So we celebrate this revelation of this verse in 2 ways. Every week on Friday, and every year on Yawmul Hajj, Yawmul Arafah. So that's why the hadith says, then the Jew didn't put the same question again. Otherwise, if he was not satisfied with the answer, and he had not got the point, he would definitely ask again, Umar, what are you saying? I am asking something different and you are answering the other thing. He would have put another question. So now this is my explanation. Imam Asqalani's thing is finished. Now the Jew has not put another question. He kept quiet. He became quiet, silent. What does it mean? That he got the point. Which Sayyidina Umar wanted to communicate, that we celebrate it in twice way. One celebration is yearly and one is weekly. So Jew got the point and he was satisfied with the answer. That's why the mazmoon is finished. He didn't put another question on him, that you have not answered my question. Otherwise he would have said, Umar, you have not answered my question. When he became silent, it means that he was satisfied. Now the thing which has been established from this hadith also is that a verse was revealed. On whom? A verse came on Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And this was a tiding and good news for us. And the day when this verse came to us was revealed, that became the day of double celebration of Eid. And the day when Holy Prophet himself came to the mankind. Why that day would not become the day of everyday Eid celebration of Mahfil Milad? Now our answer, in the light of Sayyidina Umar, says, the day when the verse was revealed, Al-Yawma Akmaltu Lakum Dinakum, we celebrate it in two ways. Annual celebrations on that day and weekly celebration on Friday. So the same thing we do. The day when Holy Prophet was born, we celebrate his birthday on 12th of Rabiul Awwal, then the whole month of Rabiul Awwal, and then our Mahfil Milad continues the whole year, every day, every month and every week. This is the sunnah of Sayyidina Umar. As he mentioned two things, Yawmul Arafah and Yawmul Jummah. Yawmul Arafah, what is Eid? The Ya'ud. Eid means the ceremony which comes again and again. Eid means the ceremony which comes, which is repeated, which is repeatedly celebrated. Which is repeatedly celebrated. It is Ya'ud, it is Yu'ad, it is Eid, it is Ada. It is repeated, comes repeatedly. So this is the Eid, nothing else. So Holy Prophet's birthday, we celebrate it repeatedly. Every year, every month, every week, everywhere. As Sayyidina Umar based his answer on this argument, that when there is Allah's blessing, the celebration should be the same, greater according to the blessing. This is the Yawmul Jummah. Now coming to the Yawmul Jummah, which has been made the day of Eid. Next, another hadith, another reference. One reason of this Yawmul Jummah becoming Eid is that this verse was revealed, which Sayyidina Umar has given the answer. Sunan Tirmizi, the same, but you can get another reference also. That was from Sahih Bukhari, and there is another reference that is from Tirmizi. And in fact, the thing which I have mentioned from Bukhari and Tirmizi, and the detail which I have discussed in the light of Imam Ibn Hajar Asqalani, the same hadith has been mentioned by Imam Tirmizi and Imam Tabarani. The same hadith has been mentioned by Imam Tirmizi and Tabarani. Now, the thing which we have established, the both days are the days of Eid. So we celebrate the day of Eid. Imam Tirmizi has explained the same thing with the clear words in the answer of Sayyidina Umar. That was from Bukhari, no Imam Tirmizi. Imam Tirmizi has reported this hadith in two ways. One an Tariq ibn Shihab, other by Ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. The first narration is the same as it is reported by Imam Bukhari. That is hadith number 3043. Sunan Tirmizi, Kitab Tafsir al-Quran. Kitab Tafsir al-Quran. Chapter 6. Min Surat al-Ma'idah. First hadith of chapter 6. First hadith of chapter 6 of Kitab Tafsir al-Quran of Sunan Tirmizi. That is the same one which we have already mentioned and discussed through Imam Bukhari's report. Second hadith, it is the next one, 3044, hadith number 3044. Ibn Abbas reports. He says that the same. Ibn Abbas says that he recited this verse, Abdullah ibn Abbas, Al-Yawma akmaltu lakum deenakum wa atmamtu alaykum ni'mati wa raditu lakum al-Islam. It means this question was a common question among the Jews. They used to discuss in their meetings. It was a common thought. Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu ta'ala anhu says that he recited this verse. Once he recited this verse, Al-Yawma akmaltu lakum deenakum. He says, وَعِنْدَهُ يَهُودِيٌّ, and a Jew was standing near to him. فَقَالَ, that Jew said, فَقَالَ لَوْ أُنزِلَتْ هَذِهِ عَلَيْنَا لَاتَّخَذْنَا يَوْمَهَا عِيدًا. If this verse was revealed on us, we would have adopted this day as the day of Eid. We would have celebrated as the day of Eid. He said, he asked Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas. In Bukhari, that question was put to Sayyidina Umar. And in Tirmizi Sharif, this question was asked from Abdullah ibn Abbas. So he answered, قال ابن Abbas. He said, فَإِنَّهَا نَزَلَتْ فِي يَوْمِ عِيدَيْنِ. This was the answer. This is the authority on Eid Miladun Nabi. He said, فَإِنَّهَا نَزَلَتْ فِي يَوْمِ عِيدَيْنِ. What does it mean? He endorsed his idea. He endorsed the thoughts of those Jews. You can say, how? The thought of Jews are being endorsed? Keep in your mind. He said, if it was revealed in our book, we would have celebrated it as a Yom of Eid. I am saying that he endorsed it. Yes. The day when this kind of verse is revealed, the day when this verse, this kind of great verse, this kind of great divine message is revealed and communicated, definitely that day deserves to be celebrated as day of Eid. This is the basic philosophy, the basic theory. So he endorsed it, but you are correct. Otherwise, Hazrat Umar would have refuted him. What is the point? If a verse is revealed, why that day should be celebrated as day of Eid? He would have refuted him. Hazrat Umar did not refute him. Jew is saying that if this verse had been revealed in our book, we would have adopted that day as day of Eid. And he is not criticizing his thought. He is not saying you are wrong. Why that day should be celebrated as day of Eid? Eid is only specific days which have been clearly specified and mentioned in Sharia. No other day can become day of Eid. How you are saying that if this verse was revealed to us, we would have celebrated as Eid? How can you make an Eid? He has not refuted him. He has not rebutted his idea. He has not put a cross question on him that your idea is wrong. Your question is wrong. When he accepts it and gives an answer that yes, we know, already there are both days are the Yawmul Eid, it means two things. That number one, your question is right. Number one, your question is right. Your idea, your thought that such day should be celebrated as day of Eid. This is a good point. We accept it. Number one. This is an endorsement by one of the Khulafa al-Rashidin, Sayyidina Umar. That such day should be celebrated as Eid. Accepting the question and not refuting it. Accepting the question means he has approved it. The idea is correct. Now listen to my answer. This is Yawmul Arafah and Yawmul Jummah. Both days are days of Eid. The second thing is that we also do celebrate it. You would have celebrated once as Eid, we celebrate twice as Eid. This is the thing Sayyidina Umar said. And now, the same Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Abbas, he said, فَإِنَّا نَزَلَتْ فِي يَوْمِ عِيدَيْنِ. Jew asked that we would have made that day as day of Eid. And he said, you would have made the day of Eid. We have already made it 2 days of Eid. Abdullah ibn Abbas says, فِي يَوْمِ عِيدَيْنِ. This was revealed in double Eid day. This verse was revealed in double Eid day. في يوم الجمعة ويوم عرفة. The day of Jummah and the day of Arafah. They were double. So towards you, if it was revealed there, you would have celebrated just in one day. We celebrate 2 days as Eid. And he is endorsing Yawm Eidain. Now, some people say that you can't use the word Eid for any other day except Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. Some people say you can't use the word Eid. Don't the people say, some ulama, that only Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha can be known as Eid, and you can't use the word Eid for any other day. We accept their question and ask the same question from Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas. We ask the same question from Hazrat Abdullah ibn Abbas, whether using the word Eid other than Yawmul Fitr and Yawmul Adha is permissible in Sharia or not. We put the same question on Abdullah ibn Abbas, and he says, Innaha nazalat fi yawmi Eidain fi yawmil Jum'ah wa Yawm Arafah. Yawm Arafah is, you can say, Eid al-Adha. That covers Eid al-Adha. And Yawmul Jummah, he has declared to be Yawmul Eid. So if according to Abdullah ibn Abbas, Yawmul Jummah can be declared as Yawmul Eid, why not Yawm Maulid al-Mustafa be declared as Yawmul Eid? The same is the evidence here, which Abdullah ibn Abbas is using. The difference is this Jummah became Yawmul Eid because a verse was revealed on Prophet Muhammad. And Yawm al-Maulid, the Prophet himself came to the mankind because all verses came to him because of him. If he was not there, no verse would have been revealed here. If Prophet Muhammad was not born, if he was not raised to mankind, no single verse was revealed unto us, and no Quran was revealed to us, and no divine guidance was revealed to us. Nothing was going to be revealed. Every verse, every guidance and the Quran and everything and every ni'mah and blessing came to us just for the sake of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the one for whose sake every verse was revealed, why not his day of coming should be celebrated as Yawmul Eid, like the day of the revelation of Al-Yawma Akmaltu Lakum Dinakum. And now I give you a very important thing over here, that if Jews or Yahud, now the matter of Jews and Christians is different. Now their matter is different because they have left their own original deen, their own original traditions, their own original Sharia. They have left, they have discarded, and they have modified and changed lot many things. Finished. So Holy Prophet ﷺ has given us an evidence in his own days. And what was the evidence? Imam Ibn Hajar Asqalani says, he has given some ahadith. Oh, we left that that matter of Yawm Ashura, the Psalm of Yawm Ashura. We were discussing I finished the matter up to Medina, but I told that it was already being celebrated in the days of Makkah. Again, volume 4, Fathul Bari, page 245, and then it goes, the whole subject goes to 11 pages. So Imam Ibn Asqalani says, Anna ahlal jahiliyyati kanu yasumunahu wa anna an-nabiyya sallallahu alaihi wasallam kana yasumuhu fil jahiliyyati ay qabla an yuhajira ila al-Madina, qabla al-hijrah. Before his migration, he wanted to know why these people are fasting. Because in Makkah, this day was also being celebrated, but there was some other reason. He wanted to know from them, what is your reason in front, what reason is in front of you? So they say that the Jahiliyyah, in the period of Jahiliyyah, the Arab people, Meccan people, they also used to fast on the same day of Ashura. But connect this discussion with the first hadith, because I forgot telling this aspect at that time. Kanu yasumunu, anna nabiyya sallallahu alaihi wasallam kana yasumu fil jahiliyyah. Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself used to fast on that day, qabla al-hijrah. Now the reason, Imam Ibn Asqalani says, the reason of celebrating that day, amma siyamu Quraysh li Ashura, he says, reason waliaza kanu yuazzimunahu bi kiswatil Kaaba fi. This was the day when they first time dressed the Kaaba. That was the day of Ashura. So the day of dressing the Kaaba became the day of Eid for them. The day of dressing the Kaaba. First time when Kaaba was dressed with clothes, with the cover. First time when the cover was put on the Kaaba. The day of covering of Kaaba. So that day was being celebrated in Makkah, even in the Jahiliyyah period, and even after Holy Prophet's Besa, because Imam Asqalani says, Qabla al-Hijrah. So even after the being raised, he used to celebrate that day with Sawm, because this was the day of the dressing of Kaaba. Kiswatul Kaaba. The covering of Kaaba. وَلِهَذَا كَانُوا يُعَزِّمُونَهُ. This day was being respected and revered. Now the question is, these are the discussions which normally took place and which disturbed the minds of people. Imam Asqalani says that day became the day of reverence and respect. Why? There was a cover, and cover was put on Kaaba. Dress was put on Kaaba. But matter is finished. Now every year that day, yuazzimunahu, that day is being respected by the Arabs and by Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself. You understand my point? Some people say Holy Prophet was born 1400 years before he was born, he got birth. So this was his Maulid. Then he became prophet, he was raised, and he gave Holy Quran and Sunnah and Seerah, and the matter is finished. Now we are supposed to act upon his advice, act upon deen, practice the deen, and to follow his teachings and Sunnah. So what is the point? Every year when that particular day comes or that particular month comes, you start celebrating and you start rejoicing. This is the question. So I ask, there was a day in the ancient history of Arab when first time the cover, the ghilaf, the dress was given to Kaaba. Matter was finished. Can't you understand the difference between these two events? The birth of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and dress of Kaaba? Is this one and the same thing? Just a dress and cover is put on Kaaba. This is an event. And here, the Prophet, beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Imam of all of Anbiya, the prophets and messengers, he is born this day. There is a lot of difference between the two. Now what is the practice of the Arabs and practice of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam? He says that every year when that day used to come, the yuazzimunahu, that day was always respected because of the day of dressing the Kaaba. If the day of putting the cover on Kaaba has become the regular annual respect day, day of celebration, so what kind of other evidence do you want for celebrating the birthday of Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam every year? Here the dress of Kaaba is being celebrated every year. The putting the cover and dress on Kaaba, that is being celebrated every year. Kanu yuazzimunahu. They used to respect that day. That day became the day of reverence. Fil Jahiliyyah. And there was another thing. That day, Abu Huraira radiyallahu ta'ala anhu narrates, Imam Asqalani has reported this hadith also in Fathul Bari, he narrates, that day of Ashura was also the day huwal yawm allazi istafat alal judi fasamahu nuhun shukra. This was the day when the boat of Sayyidina Nuh alayhi salam came to the mountain. And this was the day of thankfulness for Sayyidina Nuh alayhi salam too. This is another reason. And so this day was being celebrated. It means that day was being celebrated by Sayyidina Nuh alayhi salam. Because of that, Allah's blessing, that he reached safely the mountain of Judi. So safe arrival at mountain of Judi is being celebrated every year. Safe arrival of Sayyidina Nuh alayhi salam on the mountain of Judi, that is being celebrated and being respected every year. Success of Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam is being celebrated and respected every year. And the dressing and covering of Kaaba, that day is being respected and celebrated every year. So everything can be celebrated every year. Only the birthday of Holy Prophet becomes bid'ah. Astaghfirullah al-Azim. Zayd bin Sabit says, An Abi, وَإِنَّمَا كَانَ هَذَا الْيَوْمِ يَوْمُ عَاشُورَ قَالَ لَيْسَ يَوْمُ عَاشُورَ بِالْيَوْمِ الَّذِي يَقُولُهُ النَّاسُ. This is not that day. Zayd bin Sabit says, this is not that day. But in fact, because he is talking of the old door of Jahiliyyah, the period of Jahiliyyah, the old ancient Arabic history. He is talking in that light. He says, إِنَّمَا كَانَ يَوْمًا تُسْتَرُ فِيهِ الْكَعْبَةِ وَكَانَ يَدُورُ فِي السَّنَةِ. He said, this is the day when Holy Kaaba was given the dress and covering. That's why we celebrate it, and this travels the whole year. They change sometimes this month. They pick up the day. They choose the day of the covering of Kaaba. Hazrat Zayd bin Sabit says, he says that this is Iwa Tustaro Fihil Kaaba, was given the covering. So that day became the day of celebration and day of respect and reverence. These are the companions giving the whole history of the Arabs and Holy Prophet and the Sahaba. So I got all the 11 pages for you of Ibn Hajar Asqalani's Fathul Bari. Because there were lot many hadiths and references, so I got the whole 11 pages for you.